Okay, tonight we're going to start applying problems and see how we can use these in everyday life. The first situation is a concrete situation. To complete a construction job, a contractor needs 78 cubic yards of concrete. The contractor has a conical pile, that's important, of concrete that measures 22 feet in diameter and 12 feet high. Now to me, it helps if I draw the picture. So I know I have a conical pile. That means a pile that's in the shape of a cone. So I'm going to draw a cone. And I'm going to put the dimensions on my cone. I know that my cone has a diameter of 22 feet. And I know that my cone is 12 feet high. The first question wants us to say how many cubic feet of concrete are available to the contractor. So I need to use my volume formula. So for cone, the volume it only has one base, so I've got to use the 1/3, capital B, times H. So I know to find out how many cubic feet are available, I'm going to say 1/3. Capital B is the area of the base, and this base is a circle, so the area formula for a circle is pi times r squared. Well, if the radius is 22, or the diameter is 22, the radius has to be half of that, which is 11 squared, times the height of the cone, which will be 12. So I get my calculator, and I say 1/3 times pi times 11 squared times 12. That tells me that I have 1,520.5 cubic feet. Okay? Now notice that they told us that he needs 78 cubic yards. So in order to be able to see if we have enough, then we need to change the feet to yards. So again, I've got my conical pile. So I'm going to draw a cone. I need to put my dimensions on there. So if I know that my diameter is 22, then my radius has to be 11. But that's 11 feet. I know I have 11 feet. And I know that for 3 feet make up 1 yard. So I'm going to use a ratio to find out how many yards 11 feet is. So to work that out, what I have to do is I have to cross multiply. So I'm going to say 11 times 1 is 11 equals 3x. If I divide both sides by 3, that's going to give me x equals 3.6 repeating. So I'm going to round that to 3.7. That is going to be my radius. Then I know that it's 12 feet tall. So if it's 12 feet tall, then again, I have 12 feet. And I want to find out how many yards that is. So I know there are 3 feet for every 1 yard. So I'm going to cross multiply. That gives me 12 equals 3x. So if I divide both sides by 3, I know that x equals 4. So my height equals 4. So if I want to find out how many cubic yards of concrete are available, then I would use my volume formula. V equals 1/3, capital B times H. So that would give me 1/3. Capital B is the area of the base, which again is a circle. So that's pi times 3.7 squared times h, which is the height, which I found was 4. So to work that out, I've got to put in my calculator 1/3 times pi times 3.7 squared times 4. And that tells me I have 57.3 cubic yards. So I know that I have a pile that'll make 53 cubic yards. The question wants to know, my answer here was 53 or 57.3 cubic yards. The question says that to complete the job, I need 78 cubic yards. Does the contractor have enough concrete to finish the job? Well, if he needs 78 and he only has 57, then no, he does not have enough. Here's another situation. An art gallery is a 6-story square pyramid with a base area of half an acre. 1 acre equals 4,840 yards squared, and 1 story is 10 feet. Estimate the volume in cubic yards and cubic feet. So what I'm going to do is try to draw a cone or a pyramid, and I'm not very good at drawing them. All right, I know that this whole area of the base, this whole area right here, is half an acre yards squared. Or let's just say half an acre. All right, and I know that it's a 6-story building, right? So what I want to do is be able to find the volume. So to find the volume, I'm going to have to use V equals 1/3 capital B times H. Now the problem here is my base is measured in acres. My height is measured in stories. And I want to be able to work these, and they have to be in the same dimensions. So what I need to do is I need to go over here and I take my picture. I know that my capital B equals half an acre. And I know my height equals 6 stories. It tells me that 1 acre is equal to 4,840 yards squared. And I know that I have half an acre. How many square yards do I have? So to work that out, I need to cross multiply. So I'm going to cross multiply. If I multiply there, that gives me 1. And if I multiply here, it's going to give me 1/2 times 4,840. 2,420 yards squared. All right. I also know that 1 story equals 10 feet. So I know 1 story equals 10 feet, and I have 6 stories. So how many feet do I have? So if I cross multiply here, that gives me 60 feet. So my capital B is 2,420 and my H is 60. So to find the volume, I'm going to say 1/3 times capital B, which we said was 2,420, times the height, which we said was 60. So to work that out, I'm going to say 1/3 times 2,420 times 60, and that gives me 48,400 cubic yards. And I'm not going to find it in cubic feet. So that'll be good.